let's start. Okay, and today, I want to talk more about it, the personal differences. Personal differences. Last week, and we mainly talk about the personality difference. Personality. Okay, so everybody get to know. Everybody know your personality style in the DISC. Okay, in my memory, tail must be DIS. S, Ellen, D, Adam, D. Who else? Winnie, S, Winnie, S, Belinda, probably S, Belinda, S, Penny, S. Well, Winnie C. Oh, I'm sorry. T-I-S. C. Yeah. Really? You both are the C? Jora S. T-I-S. S. Penny, S. No? Really? Mike C. D-I-S. Mike C. Yeah, absolutely. Penny S. Okay. Oh, yeah. Because I can feel. This is not just memorizing your style, but how about from your reaction, maybe I can estimate. I can guess. Anyway, this is not memory. Okay, this is a feeling. Anyway, we get to know the personality differences. And then if we know about ourselves and if we understand the other's difference, okay, maybe we can manage. Even though we cannot control over that, okay, we can manage that. And a few number of the students, if you compare with your personality with your mom or father or your close friend or son, or your sister or the brother, okay, maybe there must be similarities and the differences. And similarities, fine. Many times, conflict from the difference. Conflict from the difference. Okay, so why the personality difference or the personal differences matter? Because that the personal difference make a conflict. Okay, that is the matter. And if we fail in managing the personal differences, okay, maybe we will experience a lot of conflict. When we experience a lot of conflict, what will happen? We cannot perform, we cannot work, we cannot achieve our goal. So that is the reason why we need to understand the personal differences in order to manage that. Okay. And personally, I published a few number of articles at the International Journal of Conflict Management. Yeah, that is the name of the very highly prestigious journal. Anyway, so I published that last year. Okay, whatever. There is a big field of the study, the conflict management, and the conflict management usually started with the personal differences. If we fail in managing the personal differences, okay, maybe we cannot control over the conflict, and then we cannot manage. That is the reason why we start with the personal difference in order to manage conflict. That is the purpose of this. Okay, good. And okay, so then do you feel that you got to know better about yourself, and then that your dominant personality style tell many things about you? Okay. Belinda S. Penny S. Penny. So do you think that that is correct? That is right? That can tell you many things about yourself? Probably many. They will tell many things. But however, that's a start. Anyway, Okay, that's a start. Okay. And do you have any question about the personality difference? And you need to complete your homework until this Wednesday. And if you have any trouble to write down your assignment, please let me know. I will help you. Okay. Good. Any question about the personality? That would be fun. That would be fun. Yeah, to get to know yourself. Okay, that is really fun. Yeah, that will help you. That will help you to manage yourself. That will help you to manage your people. And you must be able to manage your boss, your father, your mother, and your professor. That's the difference. It's difference. Okay, good. And yeah, we have 18 students now. Who didn't come? Anyway, okay. So yeah, yesterday or before yesterday, when I review and then when I see your DQ questions, the DQ at the DQs, this discussions of the personal differences. Okay, so I was somewhat that was my mistake. That is my mistake. I didn't tell much about it. Gender difference. Okay, and so many of the students misunderstood. Many of the students, I feel that many of you may have a wrong perception about the gender difference. So today I will talk a little bit about the gender difference, and then I will go forward to the personal value. Okay, so nowadays in the field of the management, and we talk many about the gender difference. The difference between the man and female, male and the female. Okay. And Howard, do you know that do you know the difference between the sex and the gender? Do you know the difference between the sex and the gender? Oh, so what is the sex? What is the gender? Can you tell me what is the sex? What is the gender? What is the difference between the sex and the gender? Sex is mental state, gender is exactly opposite. Opposite. Yeah, Alan. Opposite. Okay, so opposite. Yeah, that's opposite. Okay? Opposite. Sex is biological difference, okay? And how about the gender is psychological. Okay? So the sex is given. Okay, simply, sex is the given biological status. Sex is a given biological status. Okay? And like physical organs or something. However, the gender is not a given. It's a chosen. It's a choice. It's a chosen psychological identity. Okay? So sex may have only two. Okay, male or female. Man or man. Okay, sex. Okay, so in sex there is a man and a woman. Okay, gender is somewhat more complicated. Okay, male, okay, female. Okay, you know. However, there is another gender identity. Like a lesbian and the homosexuality, homo. Oh, yeah, absolutely. The gender, transgender, and who else? The asexist. Okay, so and the queer, and what is that? No man, no male. That is a neutral something. Okay, neutral, and the asexist something. Yeah, blah blah blah. Okay, there are many different kind of the gender identity. because that's defined by oneself. Okay? Good. So we don't talk much about it, the sex difference. We don't talk much about it, the sex difference. Okay? Because that's given, and we cannot change it. We don't care about it. That's given. What can we do? That's a biological difference. But however, yeah, as we studied more about it, gender difference, psychological choice difference, okay, we get to know there are differences. There are many differences. There are many differences, something, okay? But however, recently, according to the more rigorous scientific study, especially in the work, business, okay, there is no big gender difference. There is no big gender difference. Male, female, transgender, lesbian, homosexual, transgender, queer, or neutral, or the XX. There is no much difference. But however, there are a lot of similarities. Similarities is higher than the difference. Okay, so here is an article that is official opinion of the American Psychology Association, APA. Okay, so you are now using the APA style. Okay, APA is American Psychological Association, APA. So that is one of the most legitimated organization that tells much about the psychological something. So APA, this is the official opinion about the APA. Okay, men and women has no big difference. Men, women, no. Male and female. Okay, male and female, and they just want to make a more sexy title. But however, the male, female, lesbian, homosexual, transgender, queer, and neutral and whatever. Okay, there is very little gender differences in terms of work. Okay. Many believe, and then a few number of the students said, okay, so male has more aggressive personality, and the female has a more peaceful or the regressive personality, and the males comes from the Mars, and the females comes from the Venus, and the males are dominating, and the females are more passive, and the males are hunter, and the females take care of the caregiver. Unfortunately, no, not anymore in the modern society. In the modern society, especially in the work or business, okay? No different, not much difference, because that many of our work is becoming the knowledge work. In the knowledge work, there is no significant gender difference among groups. But still, you can see that there is a sex difference. There is a physical difference in menial work. Like okay, so oil miner, oilers, and who else? And the drivers. Physically demanding work, like we call that is a menial work. Absolutely, that's for the male. That's for the man. I don't argue about it. I don't argue about that concept of physical something. But however, that's a physical. But however, that's not a dominant job now. And we mainly use our brain, knowledge work. Okay, banker, investment banker, financial analyst, manager. Do they need a lot of physical work, physical something? No, not much. Engineers usually no, not anymore. We need our brain power than the menial muscle. So technically, there is no such kind of the physical difference in many jobs. Okay, And there is a hypothesis there must be a sex difference or the gender difference, but however, that every single that kinds of things was rejected. That hypothesis is totally rejected, and there are a lot of the myth between the gender difference. But however, no, not anymore. No, 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 no. Especially in the knowledge work. Okay, and moving the past means APA. We said the claim of the gender difference can hurt a woman's opportunity in the workplace. Many of you said about it, the gender bias. We call that as a bias. And many of you write down about it, the stereotyping heuristics. Of gender difference. Okay. However, that kinds of argument cannot be supported by the research. No, 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 no. There is no difference. There is no gender difference. Okay, like this. And okay, so there's the claim that can hurt the woman opportunity in the workplace. This way, the couples from the trying to resolve conflict and the communication problem and cause unnecessary obstacles that hurt the children and adults to self-esteem. No. Okay, don't try that. Don't do that. There is no significant gender difference in terms of the work performance and the work nature. Okay, especially in the knowledge work that you are going to. Okay, so the difference that are supported by the evidence cause concern, she believes, and because they are sometimes used to support the prejudice beliefs and the discriminatory actions against the girls and the women. Don't do that. Okay. She suggests that anyone reading about the gender difference consider whether the size of the difference are large enough to be meaningful, recognize that the biological and environmental variables interact and influence on one another, and remember that the conclusions that we accept today could change in the future. Okay, so personally, I want to say, okay, in knowledge work, okay, there is no statistically or research-based and then significant gender difference in performance. There are a lot of the individual difference, personal difference. There is a big personal differences regardless of the gender, personal differences. Regardless of the gender, regardless of the age, regardless of your hometown, regardless of your ethnicity. There is a personal difference, not gender difference. Okay? So, please don't say, oh, my professor said there is a big gender, there is a big gender difference, there is a male and a female big difference, and we need to accept. Oh, no, I don't say that. I'm sorry about Harvard, even though I'm a man, okay? So I don't say that. I cannot say that because there is no evidence. There is no scientific evidence for that, okay? Especially in the knowledge work. No, unfortunately, no. Okay, however, in the menial work, like a physical work, oh, absolutely there is a sex difference. Okay, but however, in the knowledge work, no. Okay, got it? Yeah, you got it? Do you understand me? Can you get it? Yes, please. Okay. That's okay. If you focus on the gender difference, okay, maybe you are really to a misunderstanding, because that is a bias. That's a sex bias. And you are just entrapped into the heuristics. Okay, stereotyping heuristics. Yeah, because of the man, because of the boy, because of the male, because of the female. No. Yeah, sometimes I make a joke. Sometimes I abuse the boys. Yeah, boys, we are stupid. But however, that's for fun. That's for fun. Okay, but however, yeah, that's for fun. That's joke. Okay, and the males and the female, male and the female, there is no big difference in terms of the work performance. Really, there are big personal differences, regardless of the gender, regardless of the skin color, regardless of your ethnicity. Because you come from the north, you come from the south, you come from the west, you come from the east, and 동배일은, do you believe that the 동배일은 is different? 동배일은, 동배일은, am I right? Who is a 동배일은? Who come from the 동배? Yeah, whenever I do not say anything in the middle of the Chinese people, and many Chinese people comes to me and speak in Chinese, and they usually ask me, did you come from 동배, 동배일은? Are you a 동배일은? Are you a 동배일은? 동배일은? What is the 동배일은 in Chinese? They are different? Yeah, so they are different? And how about the 왼쪽은? 왼쪽은? And they are different? In terms of what? That's good. Yeah, that's true. Okay, so if you encounter those kind of the difference, okay, anybody will lead you to the difference. Focus on the difference. But however, whenever you have that kinds of chance, please keep in mind this: human before anything else. Human before anything else. Please focus on the human. Humans are humans. Humans are humans. And do you know how many humanoid we have? Do you know how many human race we have now? Can you guess how many human race we have in our history? In our more than 300 million years of the history of the humanoid, human, homo. Okay, how many human races we have now? 5 races. Can you tell me what are those 5 races? Ellen, 5 races? How many human races we have? Are you saying about it the white, yellow, black, blue? No. Absolutely no. We have only one human race. We call the Homo sapiens. We killed all the another human race. Neanderthal, we killed them out. Australopithecus and the small. Who else? Homo erectus, we killed them out. Who else? Homo erectus, Neanderthal. Yeah, we compete. We have competed. We have competed other human races, and we killed them out. And we are the only survivor in human race. We are Homo sapiens. We are only one human race on the earth. Even though we have a different skin color, even though we have a few number of the different appearance, we are only one human race. We are only one human race. Homo sapiens. Okay, and nowadays, as the science is getting advanced, okay, we can identify our physical DNA. Okay? Is there anybody who tested your DNA? Did you test your DNA? Who is your ancestor? Do you know? Who is your ancestor? And are you sure you are 100% Chinese? Are you sure you are 100% Chinese? Okay, is there anybody who can say, I'm 100% Chinese? DNA test and ancestor. No. Yeah, this is an example of something. Okay, so this is one of the examples, and recently many people try to identify their DNA and who are their ancestors. And then, one most remarkable experiment was done in the England in around 3 or 4 years ago, and then many joined that experiment, and then many believed that okay, somebody just said, I'm 100% English. And I'm 100%, I come from the France, and then I'm 100% French. And then, a black guy, and he said, okay, I'm 100% South African. And there's another, the Hungarians, I'm 100% Hungarians. And then one guy who come from the Russia, and I'm 100% Slav. What was their experimental result? No, they're hetero. They are all hetero. And that French lady, he was a mixture of the Nordic and the Latin. And her ancestor come from the Italy. So 30% of Nordic and 40% of the French and 30% of Italy. And another, that black guy, and he is 40% is the French. Like this, we are all hetero, not homo. There is no homogeneous group. There is no homogeneity. When you test your DNA, and many of you will be surprised at 30% from Mongolians, and 30% of the Thai, and 20% from Taiwan, and 10% from Japan, and maybe 5% of Korean. And personally, when I test my DNA, and 70% I'm Korean, but how about the 20% Mongolian and 10% Japan? I don't know. My ancestors live in Korea for more than 600 years, but how about I get to know that? Really? And then, do we need to discriminate the other ethnicity because they look different, or they speak in a different language? No, we have only one human race. Please think about it. We have a much more similarities than the difference. Homo sapiens sapiens. We are all originated from the Africa. What are you talking about? Because I'm Chinese, because I'm Japanese, because I'm American. What the hell is the Americans? Please think about it, the human similarities, then difference. I just want to say that. What am I talking? Anyway, yeah, that is that. Let's go. Let's go to the something. Personality. Okay. Oh, yeah, by the way. What? Oh, you share. Okay, good. Any question? Any question about it? This? Any question about personality difference or gender difference? Or cultural difference or mental ability difference? Okay, so any question? Okay, I just want to say, don't make a bias. Don't make a bias. Gender bias. That's a gender bias. Okay, gender. Don't try to have that. That will reinforce your confirmation. That will lead you to the confirmation bias again. Okay, don't focus on the difference. Please focus on the similarities. Okay? That will help us. That will help us. Okay, good. Oh, because I know I get to know that because you focus on this. Okay, so you read this. I just want to say that is not true. Okay, rumination reflecting the lens, and the women spend more time than the men in the analyzing problem. That's wrong. Okay, overthinking lead to the negative thinking. Okay, the woman's usually overthinking. No, 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 no. And the women experience the more emotional depression than the men. No, there is no evidence. This is wrong. I just exemplify that is wrong. That is a wrong perception. Okay, that leads us to the unconscious or the conscious gender discrimination. Don't do that. Women in the business, women in the education, women in the engineering, that's unconscious gender discrimination problem. We don't have those kind of the big difference because we are human beings. Okay, good, good. Then that is that. Then personality. Everybody know that. Get to know the different personalities of yourself, and then please complete your homework. Please, complete your homework. Okay, this like this. Then you describe. You identify your personality, and then you identify another your personality and compare that. Oh, by the way, so I just want to point out one more thing. And then a few number of the students, maybe you have this kind of the shape. Okay, kind of shape. Okay, and then what is the purpose of this? What is the purpose of the personality DISC something? We want to make you like this. D6, I6, S6, C6, and then we make you stretch out like this. We want to make you stretch out, stretch out. We want to make you stretch out all 4 domains. I know that is impossible, but however, we want to make you stretch out. We want to make you grow. That's a growth. That's a growth of yourself. Okay? According to the situation, according to the situation, according to the environment, according to the people, okay? Sometimes you need to exercise a D. Sometimes you need to exercise I. Sometimes you need to exercise S. Sometimes you need to exercise C. That we call this is a rounded person. Rounded person. Rounded personality or the rounded person. Okay? We want to make you round. You are excellent in all domain. We want to make you excellent in all domain. Stretch out. Don't weak and in some area. No. We want to make you stretch out. Okay. However, it's not possible. So you may have something. Okay, something like strong point and the strengths or the weakness like this. Maybe that's like this. For example, okay? And at least we want to make you pretend. We want to make you pretend to become an Einstein when you need them. At least you must try to pretend if that is necessary. Okay, that's managing oneself. Managing oneself. What is the meaning of the managing oneself? Yeah, you must be excellent in any situation. Okay, that's good. That's natural. But how about if you are weak in here? You need to manage yourself. You need to pretend. At least you can pretend. Absolutely, you are not. I know. But how about if necessary, you need to pretend. Okay, and many of you, S style. S. Okay, S probably like this. And very low of the D. S. Okay. However, if you need to become like a D, drive people, leading people, and then achieving something, you need to pretend. You need to pretend. You must be rounded. That's the growth of the person. You must be rounded. Rounded, please. Okay? You need to develop yourself. You need to stretch out your personality. At least you need to pretend if that is necessary. Okay? Please. Is it easy? No, it's very hard. I know, but how about we need to pretend? Okay. Good, that is all. Okay, so please complete your yeah, so we did. Okay, good. And in this week, we are going to the personal value and ethics. Value. Okay, good. Value.
엄마 아직 안 왔어?
Okay, good. Let's go to the value. And the personal difference and the value, ethics, or the emotion, something, okay? Good, value. And value, personal value. Personal value. Organizational value is a different story. Personal value. Okay, and this maybe you can familiar with these kind of things. And the Johnson & Johnson. And do you know the Johnson & Johnson? Johnson & Johnson, J&J. Anybody use the Johnson & Johnson product? Ladies, you may know this brand. Belinda. Johnson & Johnson. Do you use any of these? Penny. Huh? Where are you? No. No. Winnie, do you know Johnson & Johnson? No. Oh? Johnson & Johnson. Baby product. And Johnson & Johnson Tylenol. Tylenol? No, not Tylenol. Johnson & Johnson. Okay. No. Johnson & Johnson Tylenol? No. Okay. So Johnson & Johnson. Tylenol? Do you know Tylenol? Yeah, Tylenol. Painkiller. Tylenol. And Johnson & Johnson baby powder and woman product. Women's hygiene product. No. Baby shampoo. Yeah, many. Hey, hey, whatever. Okay, so Johnson and Johnson. 강성. Johnson and Johnson. 강성? Is that? Johnson and Johnson in Chinese. Chinese name. Johnson and Johnson Chinese name. Chinese business review. Chinese name. Oh. China. No, I don't know. What is name in Chinese? Johnson and Johnson Chinese. J&J. No. A whatever. Yeah. 강성, Johnson. Yeah. Hey. There is a very large and good company. That is headquartered in the New Jersey, and that is not what is that? Newark, not far from the New York airport, not far from the Kean University. Okay, and when I was in the Kean University in New Jersey, okay, I was teaching at the Kean University in New Jersey, and then I could come to the Johnson & Johnson, okay, Johnson & Johnson headquarters to see an expert of the Johnson & Johnson Human Resource Development Vice President. And she and I, the Dr. Wong and I, we talk a lot about it. What make a Johnson & Johnson one of the best company in the world? And Johnson & Johnson is one of the best, and one of the most ethical, and one of the best, and one of the most valuable MNC, the multinational corporation in the world. What make the Johnson & Johnson make the best of the best company in the world? And we talk. And then the Dr. Wong at the Johnson & Johnson, and she just introduced this. This is a Johnson & Johnson's credo. Okay, credo. Credo is motto. Their principle. Okay, and she just introduced this. Johnson & Johnson follow and then keep the credo in order to guide employees and organize ethical behavior. This is far important than any other strategies because they want to keep this value. This is organizational value. Okay? And the value or ethics, okay, value or ethics give us a standard of our behavior, of a human behavior. Value or ethics give us a standard of our behavior. Which one is correct, which one is not correct, which one is acceptable, which one is not acceptable. And then this is a Johnson & Johnson's credo. J&J credo is we are responsible to the communities in which we live and work, and to the world community as well. And we must be good citizens. Okay, world citizens. Support the good work and the charities and bear our fair share of the tax. We never miss the tax. We must encourage the civic improvement and the better health and the education. And they are investing a lot of money in education, especially in the healthcare. We must maintain in good order the property we are privileged to use, protect the environment and the natural resources. That was written by Robert Wood Johnson, one of the founder, the son of the founder, in 1943. In Johnson & Johnson, all employees at that company, at that large, one of the largest manufacturer, one of the largest multinational corporation in the world, all the employees always Keep in mind of this Johnson & Johnson's value. This is a value of that organization. And that is higher than the strategy, that is higher than the value, that is higher than the goals, the financial goals. And that gives us a standard, that gives us a guideline of our behavior, employee behavior. Okay? So then, maybe I'd better to share very interesting cases that I've heard from the Dr. Wong at the Johnson & Johnson. And then many years ago, around the 10, it's already the 12 years ago, and there was a manager, a regional manager, a global manager at Taiwan. And he was chosen as the Taiwanese manager. He sent to the Taiwan as a regional manager, and yeah, within the 3 years, okay, and he improved their revenue, the Taiwanese company, the Johnson & Johnson's revenue around 300%, and then that's becoming larger, and that's becoming the 800% sales increase. Wow, absolutely, he is totally competent manager, don't you think so? Within 3 years, and he improved at 300% more sales. Can you do it? Penny, can you do it? Not easy. Not easy. Okay? And then anybody couldn't believe that how that guy could achieve those kind of the performance within 3 years. Any magic? Yes, there was a magic. And that is this. Guanxi. He cultivated a good relationship with the Taiwanese policymakers and then a lot of the politicians. And he manipulated and he gave a lot of bribery. No bribery, no guanxi. Am I right? Am I wrong? I don't know much about the guanxi. You may know better. In practice, practically speaking, no bribery, no guanxi. Am I right? Thank you, Tail. Ellen, do you think so? No bribery, no guanxi. Ellen, Penny, where's Belinda? Winnie, probably. Yep. practically. Okay. Theoretically, guanxi don't need a bribery. practically. Yeah, we are business. Okay, practically. So unfortunately, okay, and then that new regional manager at the Taiwan, and he was smart enough to use the guanxi with a lot of bribery, and he could improve that the 300% or the 800% of the sales increase within 3 or 5 years. Okay, is that a problem? That is the question. Is that a problem? What is the purpose of the business? What is the purpose of making money? Okay, so that manager make a lot of money. He increased at the 300% or the 800% of making more money. Revenue. Any problem? Is that a problem? no matter what? Bribery, 关系? Is that a problem? Do you believe that is that a problem or no problem? Problem or no problem? Why? Making more money. It is not sustainable? I don't care about the sustainability. I want to make more money. Okay. Yeah, somebody report him? Okay, so for what? Is a violation of the law? Fortunately or unfortunately, that guy, he didn't commit the law. He didn't violate the law. That's not a law problem. That was okay. That's a legal style. Yeah, not punishable. It's a marginal. That's controversial. But however, in the court, he didn't got any sentence. Legal but unethical. Exactly. Okay. Unfair. Oh, yeah. Okay, so is that a matter? Is that a problem? Why? Why that is a problem? We make more money. Sustainable? Yeah, sustainably we can make a good relationship, good 关系. We can sustainably grow. It damages the market? No market. No, the market is okay. This is exactly the debate when the Johnson & Johnson, the board of directors, get to know this case. This is the case. This is the case of the margin or something. It's not easy to define. The purpose of the business is making more money. But however, that guy made some strange things. Okay, so then how we can define this? How we can judge this? At that time, Johnson & Johnson repeat this, their value. That Taiwanese regional managers' behavior is compatible, is compatible or is aligned with the Johnson & Johnson value, responsible to the communities, good citizenship, maintain a good order of the property to privilege the protecting the environment and the natural resource, and that the Taiwanese managers' behavior meet or aligned with credo. Yes or no? Many bodies say no, and there are 11 executives. There are 11 board members. Okay, there are 11 board members. There are 6 to 5. There are 6 to 5, and 6 is that's no. That's a problem. Okay, and the 5 said no problem. And then finally, the Johnson & Johnson BOD members, they fired the manager because they believe that Taiwanese managers' behavior does not compatible with the Johnson & Johnson's value. So, like this, value or ethics give us a standard to judge one employee's behavior. That's different from the strategic goals. That's different from the goals like a vision, mission, and the strategic objective or something. Okay, tactics. No. Value is giving us a basic standard for judging a person's behavior. Okay, that's a value. We call that a value. And do you believe that everybody has the same value? No. Everybody has a totally different, different values. Personal values. Everybody has a different values. Because everybody believes in a totally different values. Okay? Good. And in here, this is a theory. This is a theory of something to understand the value. Okay, and value is there is two theories that give us understanding about the value. There are core self-evaluation theory, the bottom line consciousness and the individuals have about their capability, competency, and the worth as a person, personal value. And there is another self-monitoring. Self-monitoring theory is the personality trait that measures an individual's ability to adjust his or her behavior to external situation factor. No matter what, okay, this will help us to understand why we think and why we have those kind of value. Okay, value. And the value is defined as a basic conviction that a specific mode of the conduct or the end state of the existence is personality or the socially preferable to an opposite or the converse mode of the conduct or the end state of the existence. And simply, value is a personal standard, what is right, good, or desirable. What is bad or undesirable. That is a standard, okay? And we will keep talking about it. We will keep talking about the value. Okay, whatever. Yeah, time is up. Yeah, what am I talking today? Yeah, gender. Hi, gender. Whatever. Okay, so far. Any question? Any question about the gender? Gender different, not sex difference. Okay, sex is different. Okay, gender, no. Gender or the value. And the Johnson & Johnson headquartered in not far from the Kane campus. And many of our alumni are working at the Johnson & Johnson. Yeah, one of the best marketing company in the world. Any question? Gender, value, something? No. Okay, so then, so far so good. Good. And okay, okay, so then can I see you on Wednesday? Can I see you on Wednesday? Okay, I will see you then. Ooh. I will see you then. I will see you on Wednesday. Bye, Winnie. Bye, Ellen. Oh, bye, Belinda. Belinda, bye. Serena, bye. Where is Blues? Blues, bye. Anastasia, bye. Where is Angelina? Angelina, bye. Holy, no. Where is Blues? Okay. Vicky. Vicky, Casey, where are you? Anastasia, bye. 완철, 루저, 루안저, 야, 완철, bye.